Tonight, from the South Yosemite League, the Foothill Trojans take on the NYL champion Clovis Cougars.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Rich Cellini, and welcome to the opening round of the CIF Reebok playoffs. The Foothill Trojans have made the trip up from Bakersfield. They are the #2 team from the South Yosemite League. They have came up here to Clovis tonight to take on the #1 ranked Clovis Cougars, who finished off their season with a 10-0 record and a #1 ranking. They have played great offense all year, and they have a very stingy defense. Foothill finished out their season 8-2, and this has been a very good year for 26th-year coach Ned Paramenter, who had notched his 150th win earlier this year. Clovis takes on Foothill tonight, and then Clovis West, 2 brackets down, has traveled down to Bakersfield. They will take on West, and then Monache plays Redwood. Back up in the second bracket, the winner of the Porterville Golden West game will advance, and the winner of tonight's game will play either of those 2 teams. I went out to Clovis practice this week and had a chance to talk to the Cougars, and this is a very focused group of young men. They say that the teams that win championships are the teams driven by goals.
You know, we all set a goal at the beginning of the year, and that was, 13-0 Valley Bound, and, that's our motto. I mean, that was our goal, since the beginning of the season when we started out, was 10-0 and win the league, outright champions. Last couple years, I think we were co-champions or whatever, so that was our goal, was to win it outright.
Clovis has achieved the first part of their goal. They have dominated most of the NYL in doing it, and their key to success is simple.
Doing little things right. We always emphasize during practice, during all week, just to do little things right. We don't have the greatest speed or the greatest size, but just doing little things right helps us out a lot.
Everybody works hard, coaches make us work hard every day in practice, and, we don't get big-headed, and, we understand what we got to do each week in practice, and coaches have a great game plan, and, we just go out and let the game plan take over.
We have the best coaching staff, I think. I mean, every single coach is a friend. They they help us out on the field and off the field, and they're all great.
Coach Tim Simons has guided his Cougars to the playoffs for 5 straight years, and he attributes his success to those around him.
Good players, that's one thing. That's a primary thing that all successful coaches have, and that's a good fortune, too, to have that often, but I have good players. I also have a tremendous group of coaches that I work with, and that helps a great deal. I couldn't imagine having better assistant coaches anywhere. Now, those are 2 pretty good ingredients, sure. Players and coaches.
Sure. Clovis is on the way to the Valley Championship, but they aren't looking past Foothill tonight.
Unfortunately, they're a good team. You kind of hope maybe in the first round, if you're the first seed, you can get a team that's not as strong maybe as some you've even seen in your league. But these guys are good.
It's gonna be a tough game. I think it's gonna be a 4-quarter football game. They got big guys, quick guys, and they look well coached and well disciplined.
The Cougars are in pursuit of the elusive Valley Championship, and with it, the memories that will last a lifetime.
This is my senior year, my last year in high school. I finished all my league games already, and it's probably the biggest thing that's sticking in my head. If I had to look back at high school, this would be it.
The Cougars are now only 3 games away from achieving their ultimate goal. Joining me for tonight's telecast is my partner, Barry Reardon. And Barry, Foothill comes into tonight with an 8-2 record, but they are definitely at the disadvantage, in my opinion, coming all the way up here into Clovis.
Well, I think they know Rich as well as a lot of the coaches in the central section know. I think Clovis is the best football team. They're 10-0. I think it's their championship to win or lose. They struggled a little bit last week against Hoover. For the first time, they showed some susceptibilities that we hadn't seen maybe all season. So they're definitely gonna have to play a good football game tonight to beat this Foothill team, who is very, very solid.
Both teams possess very good quarterbacks, good in numbers and very good under pressure is number 5, Jayson Sessoyeff, who last week played a little poorly at times, but came through in the end, and I think the team whose quarterback plays best could come out on top tonight.
That's right, Rich. You see the quarterbacks here on the screen. We have Victor Diaz, a fine quarterback and a great leader for Foothill. He's passed for over 1,500 yards and 16 touchdowns, and he leads a very balanced Foothill attack. And for the Clovis Cougars, Jayson Sessoyeff, we've seen him numerous times this season. He is definitely their team leader. In order for them to win these last 3 ball games, he's going to have to step it up, and he's going to have to play as well as he possibly can. And I'm sure he's going to do just that for Clovis.
Yeah, both those quarterbacks, 1,500 yards for Diaz, 1,700 for Sessoyeff. If you're going to get that many yardage in a high school football season, you got to have somebody big to throw the ball to. And both these teams definitely do have big play receivers.
Oh, definitely. Jay Wiebe for Foothill comes in, 10 touchdowns, almost 20 yards a catch, just great statistics. And we've seen Keith Poole all season long, just an electrifying high school football player. He's got all the tools, and he's just a great player, 43 catches and averaging 25 yards a catch, which is just outstanding.
Well, on the one big disadvantage Clovis has coming into this game is their starting inside linebacker, Scott Tafoya, is out. How are they going to adjust, and what are they going to do to replace him?
Well, Tafoya hurt himself evidently in practice, so what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to move Craig Lingenfelter, who's usually an outside linebacker, in to play the inside, and they're going to have to bring up Dan Blankenship to play the outside backer, so a little defensive adjustment, and not what Clovis wanted because they struggled a little bit on defense, and they're going to need a big defensive effort tonight to keep them in this football game.
Look forward to a very good game. This is what both teams were after when they started off the season in August. We'll be back with tonight's opening kickoff right after this.
Ever wish government would listen to what you had to say?
Hi, I'm Craig Reed. Each Wednesday at 3 p.m., talk to your representatives in county government.
Board members and county officials join us live to take your calls and listen to your concerns. Focus on Fresno County is your opportunity to get involved.
So don't miss your chance to talk directly with the people who shape our local government.
Get involved with Focus on Fresno County each Wednesday at 3 p.m. only on Continental Cablevision Channel 4.
I talked to Coach Simons during the week, and he said, I asked him how big of an advantage is it being the home team, and he said, well, I tell you what, sometimes it can work to your disadvantage if your team wins here all the time like the Cougars have done. They didn't lose a game anywhere all year, but he said sometimes you go to an away place and you get in a real hostile environment. He said that just makes you a little tougher, a little more aggressive.
Yeah, sometimes when you go on the road for a big game, it automatically brings your football team together, especially at the high school level. The kids haven't had a lot of experience going up to hostile places and playing football, but Foothill, I'm sure, is together as a team. They're ready to play. Clovis looks like they're ready to play, and it should be just a great matchup.
Number 80, Mark Martinez, and number 13, Julian Martinez, are back deep to receive the kick from the Cougars. Number 45, Jason Cordero, will do the kicking as he has done all season.
Playoff football, very exciting. It's all on the line tonight. You win, you keep going, you lose, you go home, season's over.
3 more games is what the Cougars kept saying in practice. Just 3 more games is all they need to be Valley champs. Cordero's kick is a low liner to the right side. That will be fielded, bounces off Martinez. That's a live ball, he picks it up and then steps out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Bumped out by number 83 and number 13 for Clovis.
That's an excellent kick by Cordero. The low line drive keeps it away from the deep men, puts it right in the little corner where no one is stationed to receive the football. Clovis gives good downfield coverage on the kickoff, and Foothill has to start at their own 10-yard line.
Shot of the Clovis sidelines. Coach Simons very much wants another Valley championship. Trojans come up. There is the quarterback, Vic Diaz. He's a junior out of the I formation. They turn and hand off to the tailback. That is Julian Martinez. And as you look at the Foothill offense, the line will be Beard, Hansen, Riley, Foss, and Garza. Receivers will be Wiebe, Martinez, and Brown. And in the backfield will be Diaz, Vollmer, and number 43, Jason Horn.
Foothill come out in the I formation, very quick offense. Offensive line very quick, get off the football very fast. The back, not a big guy, gets into the hole very quickly, but they run and pass effectively. Very evenly balanced team.
This time they give to the tailback, number 43, Josh Horn, and he is stopped again for no gain. Cougar defense will stack up with that tough line of Hawks, Nixon, and Belmont. Backers are Lingenfelter filling in for Tafoya, Hine, Blankenship, and Pavich. And the backs will be Howard, Figueroa with the big interception last week, King, and Van Doren. So 3rd and 8 for the Trojans in the early going. They out of the I formation again, and the receivers are split. Tight end lines up to the right. Diaz rolls out to the right and is going deep down the field where it is caught. Nice catch by number 99. That is Jason Brown, the tight end.
Quarterback Vic Diaz, play action, roll out to the right side, throws a nice ball to number 99, Jason Brown, who's running a drag pattern across the middle. Nice throw by Diaz and a nice first down for Foothill. They can throw the ball real effectively. Vic Diaz doesn't have a great arm, but he throws nice touch balls, and you'll see a lot more of that tonight.
Trojans now line up with 2 receivers to the left, but they hand the ball up the middle to the fullback, and he bangs ahead for a couple yards. That is number 33, Josh Vollmer. Pickup of about 3, bring up 2nd and 7. They bring 2 wide receivers out to the left again. Diaz pitches this one to the halfback, and he is stacked up and knocked down by number 55, Dan Blankenship.
That's a nice play by Blankenship that time, who's playing inside tonight for the first time all season. They give the pitch back to the tailback, just a straight top sweep. He tries to take it over the right side. There's Blankenship scraping into the hole and making a nice tackle, stopping him for virtually no gains, coming up a 3rd down, 6 yards to go. Clovis is getting their pass defense tested early tonight.
3rd and 6, they go with split receivers in the I formation. Diaz under center. Ball at the 32-yard line. Drops back, now looks to run up the middle. He's got the first down and then glides out of bounds. So another first down.
There you saw the running ability of Foothill quarterback Vic Diaz. Drops back to pass, no one open downfield. He does what we'll see Jayson Sessoyeff do a lot of times, take the ball and keep it on a quarterback keeper. There you see he drops back to pass. He's looking for someone. The man isn't open. He sees a nice hole through the middle, breaks it out and out to the sideline, picks up a first down. Good athletic ability. Vic Diaz is a good athlete, and he'll do that all night if there's not someone there to take care of him.
Ball now at the 42-yard line. Throws the quick pass to his wide receiver, number 84. That is Jay Wiebe, his leading wide receiver. Ball's a little low, and if he's going to throw that quick pass to Wiebe, he's got to maybe bring it up a little bit so Wiebe can get some run with it a little bit.
Yeah, try to hit Jay Wiebe, their leading receiver, on a slant pattern, get the ball in his hands. Wiebe, a real tough receiver, not a real big kid, 6 foot, 145 pounds, but a real good runner when he gets the ball. That's what they try to do that time, get him on a one-step drop on that slant pattern.
Pickup of 5 on first down. They give the fullback. He is stacked up again. Cougars are very tough to run on. They have been all year.
Yeah, we've seen that all season long, Rich. Not too many teams are able to run consistently and very effectively between the tackles against a very stingy Clovis middle front. And I think a lot of the credit for that has to go to their defensive line. Very strong up there. And they just do not give up the big chunks of yards on the ground inside.
3rd and 4 for the Trojans. Diaz looks to throw, rolls, he's got pressure, now steps up, lets it go to a wide open man. Ball is caught, and that's a big pickup. And so 3 times the Trojans have been forced into 3rd down situations, and 3 times they have come up with the first down. That is number 99, Jason Brown, once again the tight end making the big catch.
Yeah, that time, Rich, the quarterback, as we're going to have a replay. Watch the time that Vic Diaz has to throw this ball. Again, he rolls out to his right. No one open, no one open. He thinks he's going to run. He has time to stop and then find a wide open tight end across the middle. The Clovis defense has to start putting some pressure on him, or else he will just pick them apart all night long like he did on that last play.
They are down to the 22-yard line. Now they run the option, pitch out to the tailback, who bursts up the middle, picks up another first down, and is down to about the 6-yard line.
First time we've seen the option for Foothill tonight. Fake the dive to the fullback. No one, the defensive end's got to get out and take the pitch man. No one comes over. He's wide open, turns the ball upfield for another big gain for Foothill, who looks very impressive on this opening drive.
Josh Horn, 5'6", only 160 pounds, but he is very quick.
Very quick. very diversified offense Foothill has there. That you don't know what's coming at you. Clovis has to stay in their defensive alignment to do the job.
Martinez goes in motion. Diaz going to try the quick pass. It is caught by number 84, Jay Wiebe. That is the big play man we talked about at the beginning of the show, and there is a Foothill touchdown.
There's that play we saw a little bit earlier, just a slant pattern to Jay Wiebe. He's wide open across the middle, very tough to defend that play. You see the replay, just a one-step drop, the throw to Wiebe, makes a nice catch in the end zone. Foothill, very impressive, comes out and marches right down the field for a touchdown.
Mark Martinez will try the extra point. Left footer's kick is up, and it is good. So just like that, Foothill marches down the field, picking up 3 crucial first downs on third down plays, and with 7:21 remaining in the first quarter, 7-0, the Foothill Trojans on top.
Very impressive drive, Rich. They take the opening kickoff on a road game and go 90 yards in 11 plays. Quarterback Vic Diaz was 4 for 4, 57 yards, completing 3 out of 3 third down conversions. And not a great start for the Clovis defense, who have had some problems the last couple weeks.
Back deep for Clovis is number 47 as well as number 21, Derrek Figueroa. Martinez will kick off. Extra point was successful. Left footer hits a nice high deep ball. Figueroa will field it at about the 3. It's straight up the middle, now cuts outside and is stacked up just out over the 20. So the Cougars will start at about the 24-yard line with the first down. Cougar offensive line is a very good one with Stamps, Westbury, Wright, Adar, and Big Chad Mast. Receivers are the dangerous Keith Poole, number 24 Scott Deck, and number 4 Mike Metzler. And in the backfield is Sessoyeff, Minnis, and Kelly Larson, who has had a very fine season at tailback. Cougars come out with 3 wide receivers, and Sessoyeff drops back to pass. Now he's going to do the quarterback keeper, and he just looks like he tripped over number 38, Kelly Larson, who had fallen down trying to make a block.
That time Clovis comes out in their first possession with a single setback, 3 wide receivers out in the pattern. You might see that a little more tonight. They like to run on that I formation, but they can be very successful running the football with only that single setback, Kelly Larson. And that's what they might try to do to open things up a little bit, is just keep him in the backfield alone and go with the single back.
Poole comes in motion. Sessoyeff fakes the handoff to him and tries to counter to Kelly Larson, but he is stacked up and knocked down for no gain. Trojan defensive line consists of Beard, Hansen, Williamson, and Sprague. Linebackers are Caddy, Straw, Brown, and Porter. Backs are Abernathy, Dodson, and Newton. Third down and 5 now for the Cougars. Line up with 2 tight ends, Metzler on the left, Cordero on the right. Poole is to the bottom of your screen. Sessoyeff fakes the handoff, rolls out right. He's looking for Poole on the out. He's got the catch, and he's got running room. Keith Poole down the sideline. He is gone. Cougar touchdown. 72-yard touchdown from Sessoyeff to Keith Poole. Just like that, the Cougars answer the challenge.
The Cougars are on the left side of the football field. Foothill comes out with single man-to-man coverage on Keith Poole to the wide side of the field, which is a mistake from the get-go. The cornerback's out there by himself. Keith Poole breaks it off to the inside and then busts it back outside, and Gerard Dotson, number 21, was left. He fell on the ground. Keith Poole's just a big-time move, catches the ball, and he's off to the races. Just a big-time play that time for Clovis. Nice throw by Sessoyeff, and they come back, strike back very quickly.
Cordero's extra point is good, and with 5:42 remaining in the first, we are tied at 7.
Watch the replay. Try to get Keith Poole. You see Sessoyeff roll out. There's Poole. See him busted out right there. He left his cornerback man right in his tracks right there. He catches the ball, and there's no one on this football field that's going to catch him. Big touchdown that time for Clovis. And if you're going to guard Keith Poole single coverage to the wide side of the field, you are going to lose the majority of the time, and that's what happened to Foothill on that play.
Coach Simon saw that coming into the game, said these Trojans like to do a lot of things. They run quite a few different defenses, and he said he'd like to catch him with man coverage on Keith Poole.
Well, he caught him that time.
Caught
all
him
the way
big.
for a touchdown.
72 yards. Martinez boys are back deep. Number 80, Mark, and number 13, Julian. Cordero will kick off from the 40-yard line. Tries the low liner again to the right side, and this one is going to go out of bounds. So the officials throw the flags. We'll have to re-kick this one.
You know, Rich, that's what makes Keith Poole such a good receiver, is he just runs great patterns. I mean, he is an excellent pattern runner. And that time, I mean, he just threw a great pattern and left the cornerback, Gerard Hudson, I mean, right there in his tracks. I don't think he had seen a move like that this year. Probably next possession, he'll be a little bit more wise. But I tell you what, that was just an outstanding pattern by Poole that time.
All year long, Poole has made a lot of big catches on post patterns. And I'm sure the coaches from Foothill picked that up. He's made a lot of big touchdowns running right down the middle of the field, splitting that seam. This time on the out and up, just a little too quick. Now Cordero lines this one straight up the middle to be fielded by number 34 at about the 22-yard line. He heads right into the pack. Aaron Straw with the return. About a 9-yard return, so Foothill will take over at about the 34-yard line.
Look for the Clovis defense this time, maybe to start blitzing a linebacker or two, for either from the inside or the outside. Try to put a pass rush on Vic Diaz, who's had ample time to throw the football. Maybe not on this first play if they try to run it, but in a passing situation, look for him to start bringing some people.
Fakes the handoff, now he rolls right, steps up, he's got pressure, and he is going to be sacked. First man to get to him was number 55, Dan Blankenship.
There we go, Rich. Bring the outside linebacker that time. Dan Blankenship puts the pressure on and is able to tackle Vic Diaz for a loss of about 6 or 7 yards. Here we're going to have a replay as Blankenship comes out of the game. Watch Diaz play action pass that time. Here comes Blankenship from the right side and puts the pressure on Diaz and is able to take him down. And they're going to have to continue to do that, get some good pass rush on Vic Diaz.
Loss of 6, make it 2nd and 16 now for the Trojans. They hand the ball to the up back, and he did not get anywhere. They haven't got anywhere all night running the ball straight up the gut on Clovis.
That time they came out in the option formation. They give the dive to the fullback on the first option of the triple option attack. Nothing doing that time. Clovis defensive line does a good job on the fullback, stops it up, and they bring up a 3rd and 16.
Trojans have been successful as Diaz calls for a timeout on 3rd and 16. They're going to want to talk about this one. They were 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions in their first drive. Clovis right now has got them where they want them, back deep, 3rd and 16. If you're going to play against a team, you want to make them complete those big plays on 3rd down.
Right, real important right here for Clovis to be able to hold Foothill on this 3rd and 16. The first possession of the game, Foothill was able to drive all the way down the field and score, be a big confidence builder for the Clovis defense if they can hold them this time in this 3rd and 16 early in the ball game.
Something new out at Lamonica Stadium, the spotlight.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to attract people to the stadium tonight. That thing's bright, no doubt about that.
Not as many people here as I expected for a playoff game. I thought it'd be full house, but nonetheless, pretty good crowd. A lot of people always come out here to watch the Cougars play.
Yeah, this is a big stadium. There's still, Clovis probably still has 4,000 people over here on their sidelines, which is not too bad for a high school football game.
.406 remains in the first quarter. Now on 3rd and 16, they line up Wiebe in the slot, and Martinez is the outside receiver. Diaz under center. From the I formation, drops straight back. Got pressure from the outside, now steps up and throws deep down the middle for Wiebe, who almost caught it. Number 21, Derrek Figueroa, was on coverage, and he didn't see the ball coming and turned around just a little late.
That time Foothill comes out, twins to the wide side of the field. Wiebe in the slot formation runs a post pattern. His man did a good job of staying with him, but he wasn't watching the quarterback, and Wiebe was almost able to come back. Watch Wiebe. He's running the post, so coming to the screen. There he is right there. And, not a bad throw by Diaz, a little bit underthrown. Wiebe almost came back and made a nice catch on that one.
Scott Deck and Derek Feramisco are back deep for the Cougars. This will be Feramisco at the 35, and he is wrapped up and smashed into the ground by number 83, Dustin Abernathy.
Good job by the Clovis D that time. Now here comes their offense with great field position, starting right about at their own 40-yard line. Good defensive stand that time.
Poole now goes out to the left. Larson is the lone tailback, and he's got a big hole over the left side and breaks ahead and picks up about 10 yards. That'll be close to a Cougar first down.
That time they give it to Kelly Larson on the counter play. We've seen it time and time again this season. Nice hole over the left side, and he's real close to a first down. As you can see on the replay, straight counter play to Kelly Larson on the left side. Does a good job of following his blockers, getting up into the hole. And they're out there measuring for a first down right now.
Got it by a nose. That was close. First down, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Cordero comes into the game replacing number 7, Giannoni. Tells Sessoyeff the play. Cougars have been running with 2 tight ends. Now Cordero and Metzler flip-flopped on the tight end. Poole again is in the slot. Deck is to the bottom of your screen. Sessoyeff fakes the handoff to Larson, now rolls out, and he's going to throw deep down the field to a wide-open Keith Poole, and he's got another touchdown.
There he is again, wide open, Rich. This time, Sessoyeff rolls out to the left side. Keith Poole again, single coverage to the wide side of the field, runs a post pattern, follows Sessoyeff, runs it all the way across the field, wide open. Sessoyeff puts the ball right on the money for another touchdown for the Cougars. As we're going to see a replay of that touchdown, watch Sessoyeff, play action pass, rolls out to the left side. Poole's dragging all the way across the field. There he is, wide open. Sessoyeff puts it right there for another touchdown. And boy, they've struck twice early tonight. Keith Poole and Jayson Sessoyeff.
Jarrett Dotson, number 21, has had a long night thus far, and we are not even out of the first quarter.
Rich,
Cordero makes it 14-7.
Sessoyeff and Poole have had a pretty good night so far. 2 passes, 2 completions for 124 yards. Pretty impressive.
14-7, Clovis on top.
There you can see Keith Poole. He's had a good night early. 2 touchdowns, 2 catches. That'll work.
This Clovis team is when you go out to practice, you get the feeling this is a very focused unit and a very humble unit. I mean, the star players on the team are very humble. Everybody gives somebody else the credit.
Right, I think that's exactly right, and that's why they're such a good team. They're a team.
They really are.
They're 11 players. That was a great play, great individual effort by Poole and Sessoyeff, but just another great job by the offensive line of blocking. The Kelly Larson carry out on his fakes on that play action pass. That's what makes this football team so good, is they do it all, and they do it all together as an 11-man football team.
Cordero kicks this one straight up the middle of the field. Martinez has it at the 10-yard line and heads straight up the gut. Now bounces outside, now cuts up. He's got a lane, and then he is dragged down by number 41, Dan Hess.
That's a good job by Dan Hess on that kickoff coverage team of waiting, see what the return man's going to do. He breaks it outside. There's Hess to put a wrap on him. Nice play.
Foothill will start 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They got good pressure on Vic Diaz last time, did the Cougars, as he got his incomplete pass to Wiebe. Diaz got nailed. So that's what they're going to have to do if they're going to win here tonight. The handoff this time to the tailback, Josh Horn. Pickup of only 1.5, maybe 2.
Yeah, Clovis has done what they've done all season, and that's stop up the middle on that running game. They need to continue to do that as well as put good pressure on the quarterback. But always tough running against those Cougars inside.
Now they go with 2 wide receivers to the left. They've run exclusively out of the I formation tonight. Diaz drops back, looks to throw, steps up, going over the middle for Wiebe, who jumps up and makes a great catch between 3 Cougar defenders.
Rich, that's the same play they ran the last time they had the football. Twins to the left side. They split Wiebe out, run him on the post pattern. A nice throw by Diaz, throws it in between 3 defenders. Wiebe, with the nice hands that he has, holds onto the football. And another big first down for Foothill. And this has just turned into an all-out aerial war early in the first quarter. What neither coach wanted.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right about that too. Both coaches would, I'm sure, prefer to keep it on the ground and just beat each other up and drive down the field. But it has been an aerial show thus far. And Diaz drops back and looks to pass. They set up the screen. Outside, here's Horn. Cuts up the middle and then is dragged down, but another nice pickup.
Yeah, that's always a nice play when you've been throwing the ball deep, is to set up the screen pass to Horn, the shifty little tailback for Foothill. He makes a nice play, picks up about 8 yards. As we're going to have a replay, watch Diaz, the offensive line, lets the defense come in, brings him, dumps it off right there. And a pretty good pursuit that time by Clovis to get over there and only hold him to about a 6 or 7 yard gain.
Cougars were burned last week by Hoover on a couple very nice screen plays. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Ball at the 29-yard line. Diaz tries a quick slant to Wiebe again. He's got the catch and a Foothill first down.
Wiebe obviously has some good speed because the corners for Clovis are giving him a good cushion, opening up that slant pattern. They've tried to run it several times here in the first quarter. The Clovis secondary definitely has a lot of respect for Wiebe.
Ball now at the 19-yard line. Trojans driving again. Deep in Cougar territory, hand the ball this time to the fullback, number 33, Josh Vollmer.
That time they gave it just on a straight dive to Vollmer. It will come out, and in order to run that option that we saw a little bit earlier in the quarter, you have to establish the dive to the fullback, and that's what they did on that play.
2nd and 5 for the Trojans. As they are going to let time run out here in the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, the Cougars, on 2 big passing plays, lead the Foothill Trojans 14-7.
Every year, Americans throw away 25 billion polystyrene cups.
$1 out of every $10 we spend on food pays for packaging.
Less than 1% of the plastic we use is recycled.
Every year, we throw out enough office and writing paper to build a wall 12 feet high stretching from Los Angeles to New York City.
Buy stuff that's recycled. Recycle the stuff you buy. Take it back.
As we get set to start the second quarter, quarterback Vic Diaz had a very fine first quarter, going 7 of 8 for 106 yards. And they have 2nd and 5 with the ball at the 19-yard line. 2 wide receivers, they hand off this time to the tailback. Horn's got a big hole and is tripped up. A nice play by number 18, Travis King. Travis King doesn't trip him up. Horn is going to jolt right into the end zone. You look at it right here. Handoff, Horn's got a big hole, and then there is King tripping up Horn. They've got a first down, so to make it 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Wiebe is to the right of your screen. Fumble, ball is loose. Looks like Foothill recovered. Diaz got the muff snap, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That's very costly down here. You want all 4 downs to try to get that ball in the end zone against a very stingy Cougar defense. See right there, just a missed snap between the center and the quarterback. Good job of Diaz falling on the ball. Foothill's going to take a timeout. 11-11 to go in the first half. Cougars on top by a touchdown, 14-7. As you look at Ned Parmenter in his 26th season. Been there a long time, and Coach Simons has a lot of respect for that man. Simons has been at Clovis for 16 years. Second and goal from the 5-yard line. Something interesting, Barry, the banner at the back of the end zone, you can only see the Reebok part. Well, we changed camera angles there, but it's the CIF Reebok playoffs.
Yeah, Reebok come out and support the high school athletics. Sponsors all the playoff games in California every season.
That's great. Offensive coordinator for Foothill out there giving his troops instructions. And Barry, that's very costly when you get the ball down there first and goal at the 4-yard line to fumble the snap like that. Takes away a down, you lose a yard. You want all 4 plays down there to get that ball in the end zone. Split formation, Diaz fakes the handoff, is looking for Wiebe. Oh, and that was his big tight end, Jason Brown, who ran that crossing pattern, and not a smart throw by Vic Diaz. Threw that one right into double coverage.
Yeah, very dangerous pass. Tries to throw the ball all the way back across the field into double coverage. Not a real smart play by Vic Diaz that time. See the replay, watch the quarterback. Play action right there. Tries to throw all the way across the middle. Good pressure by the Clovis defensive line. Almost picked that one off.
Brent Howard almost got the interception, so now it is 3rd and 5. Wiebe is in the slot to the top of your screen. They're going to run the option, pitch it out to Horn. He's got a lot of pursuit, and he is dragged down by number 91, Jacob Belmont.
Great hustle by Jacob Belmont on that play. The real credit, though, has to go to Elliot Hine, who from his defensive end position made the quarterback, Vic Diaz, pitch the football. He put the pressure on Diaz, took away the running quarterback option, had to force him to pitch it, and they were able to get him out of bounds. Clovis has been very stingy all season long inside the 20-yard line, and they proved it again that time. Foothill's going to have to go for 3.
Mark Martinez for the 21-yard field goal attempt, and he hammers that one through.
That guy's got a big-time leg, Rich.
Oof.
Saw on the kickoff and his first extra point. That young man can really kick the football.
So the Foothill Trojans add 3 more points, make the score 14-10.
You can see the Foothill crowd brought over a pretty strong contingent up from Bakersfield, about hour and 45-minute drive, 2 hours. All depends on who's driving, I guess. If I'm driving, it's about an hour and a half.
Yeah, you must speed. Back deep is number 47 and number 21 for the Cougars. Martinez will kick off again, and he is just the total antithesis, the way he kicks off the ball as opposed to Jason Cordero. Yeah. Cordero goes for that low line drive, and this guy just bangs it high and deep.
He looks like a kicker. He looks like the lefty Morton Anderson for the New Orleans Saints. He's got a leg like him, too. Watch this kick. He kicks a nice high kick.
From the 40-yard line, this one will be fielded by Figueroa at the 5. Heading straight up the field. Bounces outside, still on his feet, still running. And then is dragged down.
He's a tough kid, that Derrek Figueroa. Not the greatest athletic ability in the world, not the fastest kid you're going to find, but he's a good football player. Gives it everything he has.
So 1st and 10 for the Cougars, ball at the 18-yard line. They send 2 wide receivers to the left. Poole is in the slot. Deck split out wide. They go with 2 tight ends, and the lone setback is Larson. Sessoyeff hands off to Larson. Big hole over the right side, and he is just tripped up. Good job by number 83, Dustin Abernathy, to trip up a very strong and very tough Kelly Larson.
Rich, when you give up 2 touchdowns through the air on the play action pass like Foothill has tonight, they're going to be susceptible to the run. That time, they give the ball off over to Kelly Larson on the right side. Sessoyeff carries out his fake, makes you think he's going to keep it and throw the ball deep to Poole again.
had half the Foothill defense frozen. Kelly Larson opened up for a big first down run.
Now they give it to Larson over the left side, and he is brought down by number 76. That is Anthony Caddy.
Saw him warming up, Anthony Caddy. He is a big boy. 6'6", 240. Stands out like a sore thumb out there. But Kelly Larson put a nice, I got the best of that exchange, I'd say. He kind of ran Caddy over.
Ran him over, made a pancake out of him.
Larson about 185, but plays at about 225. He's a big, strong runner.
3 receivers for the Cougars. They try the quick pass to Poole, who fakes in, steps outside. He's got running room. He's going to cut back again, still on his feet. Bounces off another man and then is just popped out of bounds. Number 83, Abernathy, got him out of bounds, but again, Keith Poole took a short reception and turned it into a long gain.
Rich is that ability to run with the ball after you make the catch. That's what makes Keith Poole so good. That time just a short pattern, 3-step drop by Sessoyeff, as we'll see on the replay. 3-step drop, throws it out to the flat to Poole. Watch this move, boom, see ya, and he's off to the races again. Foothill has to get that guy double covered or they aren't going to be able to keep up with Clovis. They haven't done it so far tonight. One-on-one, you know, you just can't be done. Not at this level.
39 yards on the reception, and now they give to Larson over the right side. Nice play by number 67, Brad Hansen. Drags down Kelly Larson. You see a lot of guys tackle Kelly Larson at the feet. Not too many guys go head on with him.
Yeah, not a lot of guys are going to drive into him as hard as they can. He'll put a nice little licking on you, as we've seen a lot of times this season.
Yeah, if Foothill's going to win here tonight, they're going to have to do something about Keith Poole.
They got their single coverage again, wide side of the field. There he is, same pattern, wide open.
Oh!
Same pattern they scored the first touchdown on, Rich. Single coverage, Poole runs like he's running a post pattern, breaks it out to the outside. Another great pattern. He was wide open, just couldn't hold on to the football. Very uncharacteristic. We don't see him drop too many balls. That one was definitely catchable. We'll see on the replay. So after play action right there to Kelly Larson, rolls out to his right. There's Poole wide open. Should have had that one. Sure, he'd be the first to tell you that.
That is the first time all year I've seen Keith Poole drop a ball.
Poole already has 163 yards receiving tonight on 3 catches. Clovis has only thrown 4 balls tonight, and all of them have been attempted for Keith Poole.
Now he goes to the left of your screen. Feramisco lines up in the slot. Deck is to the right. Sessoyeff drops back, fires and out. It is caught by Poole. Cuts it upfield, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and then is just tripped up by number 99, Jason Brown.
Rich, I am glad I am not playing cornerback for Foothill High School tonight. They just have a huge task trying to stop Poole one-on-one. Here we have a replay. 3-step drop, Sessoyeff throws out the flat again. Poole puts the move on right there. Another one, and he almost scores again. And Clovis is knocking on the door again.
First and goal from the 3-yard line. They give to Larson, and he is knocked down in the backfield by number 50. Great play by Oscar Garza.
Real nice play by linebacker Oscar Garza. Comes up, fills the hole, puts a nice wrap on Kelly Larson, brings him down. We've seen Foothill tonight. They've done a pretty good job of stopping Kelly Larson. Just they're having all kinds of trouble with Keith Poole.
I think at this juncture of the game, if you're Foothill's coach, I really think you need to put double coverage on the guy. He's going to beat you if you leave him out there on the island. He's got the whole right side of the field right now, and only one man. Larson, Sessoyeff fakes the handoff, now rolls over the left side and goes into the end zone untouched. With 7 minutes remaining in the first half, it is now 20-10 Clovis.
That time Sessoyeff, they do what they've done so often down near the goal line. That's just let him keep the football. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to the left side. It's just a total running option all the way. He breaks over the left side, rumbles into the corner of the end zone for another touchdown. And the Clovis Cougars on offense are just rolling tonight. I mean, you talk about explosive. 8 plays, 82 yards for that touchdown. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, bad snap.
And Cordero is knocked down, so they will not get the extra point.
Here we're going to have a replay of this touchdown. This is a running option by Sessoyeff all the way. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to the left side, shows that great instinct to get into the end zone. And another touchdown for the Cougars.
(20-10) the score. And Foothill's going to have to try to answer back. They brought up a nice crowd, did Foothill. They're looking for something to cheer about.
Yeah, we're 7 minutes to go in the first half. Clovis has had the ball 3 times, 3 touchdowns. Very good offensively.
Cordero will kick off for the Cougars from the 40-yard line. Martinez and now number 43, Josh Horner back. This one will be fielded by the tight end Brown, one of the short men, and he returns it to the 40-yard line. So very good field position for Foothill.
Very good field position again for Foothill. Cordero kicking the ball, low line drives. I don't think they have the confidence in their kickoff team that they had after last week against Hoover. Hoover had a lot of nice returns. They're trying to work that down to the low line drive kick, but good field position to start this drive for Foothill Trojans. I like their nickname, Trojans.
Trojans.
Who will probably beat UCLA again this year.
1st and 10, Foothill from the 40-yard line. They give this one to the tailback Horn, and he is stacked up by about 4 Cougar defenders.
Just had to get a plug in for the Trojans. They're having a tough year.
Tough year, having a horrible year. Belmont in on the tackle, Big Mike Hawks. Very tough to run on these Cougars.
It's a big drive right here for Foothill, Rich. If they're not able to get something going right here, they don't want to give the ball back to Clovis again, and with another chance to score before the half runs out, want to try to eat up some time and maybe get some more points on the board.
Looked like another bobbled snap because Diaz didn't do anything with it.
I think the center didn't snap the ball on time. I think he was a little late snapping the ball to Diaz. Diaz looked like he was looking for the ball earlier, didn't get it, kind of hesitated, and there's the Clovis defense to wrap him up for virtually a lost play. Coming up 3rd down and 10.
It's the second mishandled snap we've seen. The other one down there when they had 1st and goal.
Clovis has done a good job so far of balling up that Foothill running game. They've only ran for 44 yards here in the first half.
Third and 10, linebackers are bluffing, and now here they come, full out blitz for the Cougars. Diaz still on his feet, and then down he goes. And credit that one, a part of that sack to number 89 on the Cougars. Mike Hawks got in there first. Diaz got around him, but then the blue wave came in and dropped him, so that'll make it 4th and 19, and Foothill's going to have to punt.
Here we're going to have a replay. Clovis, you see the linebackers, they're already coming up like they're going to blitz. There you see right there, linebacker coming up. They aren't trying to fool anyone, but they're bringing 7 guys on that play. Too many men to block, and they put the good pressure on Diaz and able to bring him down. We talked about earlier, getting a good pass rush, and they're starting to assert themselves and get that pass rush that they need.
Deck fields the punt at the 31, and then is dragged down by number 99, Jason Brown.
Rich, I think if I was the coach of the Clovis Cougars, I think I'd have Keith Poole returning punts for me. He's so good in the open field. You don't want to take a chance to get him hurt, but God, he could be dynamite on punt returns.
That's a good point. Maybe not in the regular season. Flags are down on the field, and it's going to be a clip on Clovis. Maybe do like an Anthony Carter type deal where Anthony Carter for the Vikings only returns punts in the playoff games, the big games. Yeah, he's great in the open field and so tough to bring down. He would be dynamite on punts. .426 remains in the first half.
That was only the second penalty. As probably most of you here, our
Who told you that?
statistician blurred out at us. Why not just let him put the headset on until he wanted him to himself?
Poole goes to the right side in the slot. Larson
Oh, there's our third penalty.
I would like to know what the significance of the spotlight is out here. If we could get an explanation, panning over the stadium right now.
They don't pull any punches. I don't know. Maybe they're. I don't even want to try to tell you about that one. Game officials for tonight: Dick Shore is the referee, John Steinborn the field judge, Tom Roberts the back judge, Doug Taylor is the umpire, and Tom Rank is the head linesman. The officials are chosen, voted on by the coaches, and so these guys that are out here doing these playoff games tonight are the top of the field in the San Joaquin Valley. They're doing a fine job tonight. But Rich, getting back to the spotlight, I just don't know.
I don't know either. There's Jayson Sessoyeff in the huddle.
There you can see our.
Now it keeps going around in circles. Very slowly.
It's almost like we're at the grand opening for a new movie or something.
I don't know.
Grand opening of the playoffs. Bring the spotlight.
If Clovis wins tonight and we interview the coach, I'm going to ask him though. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Sessoyeff drops back, looks to throw deep down the middle for Poole. He's got it.
Goodbye.
See ya. 83-yard touchdown.
He just got behind everyone, Rich. A lot of credit on that play to the offensive line. They picked up 7 guys. Foothill blitzes both their inside backers. Offensive line does a great job of picking them up. Just an outstanding throw by Sessoyeff. Puts it right on the money. Couldn't throw it any better. He hit Poole right in stride. 83-yard touchdown, and just, boy, we are seeing a display of high school football tonight by the Clovis offense. Just
looks like the
incredible.
summer passing leagues.
It does, just wide open.
Cordero's kick makes it 27-10. Cougars, 4:07 to go in the half.
Rich, Jayson Sessoyeff is 5 of 6 for 264 yards and 3 touchdowns, and all 5 of them have gone to that guy right there, Keith Poole, just having a huge night. Watch the replay here. Sessoyeff back, see the linebackers come, they get picked up by the offensive line. Look at the throw, right in stride, right over his shoulder. Caught it, goodbye, touchdown. Woo.
This is the playoffs, and this is the first time Foothill has been in the playoffs since 1981. And you got to feel for number 85, Fabian Buckley.
It doesn't matter who they're putting back there. You know, Foothill, they knew coming into this game that they were going to have to stop Keith Poole. It's just they haven't had the athletes. They don't have the secondary people that are able to do that, and he's hurting them big.
They don't have the secondary people in the sense that if you're going to put him man-to-man, I don't understand. I think they should put a safety man back down in the middle of the field, something, because Poole's just too fast. He's just going to run by everybody on the secondary of Foothill. Cordero kicks a low liner to the right side again, and this one will go out of bounds. We'll back up 5 yards and re-kick it. At this point of the game, 27-10, Foothill needs to score, but they're going to have to change a little bit. You know, you come in with your defensive philosophies, and you do need to make adjustments during the game, and they're definitely going to need to do a little something because Clovis has found a weakness, and they are just exploiting it to the fullest.
Foothill's going to have to do something like get some guys to jump Keith Poole when he runs out to the locker room at halftime. That's about the only way I can see them stopping him.
Number 43 to your left is Josh Horn, and number 80, Mark Martinez, is the other deep man for the Trojans. They need to put double coverage or maybe switch to a zone defense, maybe a deep zone, but
and then the second half they'll come out and run Kelly Larson at you for 15 or 16 times and pound you with him.
Martinez up the middle, now over the left side, and then he is tackled by number 48 on the Cougars.
Mike White made that nice tackle on the kickoff, staying in his lane. Impressive.
Out comes Vic Diaz. Trojans trail by 17 points, just under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Now you got to look for Foothill to put the ball in the air themselves. Instead they pitch out to Josh Horn, runs this one over the left side and then is tackled in the open field by number 36, Darren Van Doren.
We have a replay of that pitch play that time, see? It's a straight toss sweep out to the wide side. Nice cutback right in. Nice tackle by Darren Van Doren. Comes up from the secondary and is able to wrap up the tailback and bring him down.
Pickup up 7, 2nd and 3. Hawks jumped, then got back. They pitch out to Horn over the left side. First man in there, and on the tackle, number 91, Jacob Belmont. He's going to pick up a Foothill first down. They'll have 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Getting the toss sweep. This time they pull the offside guard and tackle down the line of scrimmage. Do a good job right there getting the defensive lineman. Good pursuit by Clovis to hold that play to a minimum gain.
2.5 minutes remaining. They're going to do the quick pass to Wiebe, who makes the catch and now has some running room, breaks a tackle. Down the left side, nice pickup by Wiebe. 23-yard pickup for Foothill, first down in Cougar territory. Now have the ball at the 36-yard line.
That time we saw that same slant pattern to Wiebe that we've seen numerous times this first half. Quarterback Diaz takes a one-step drop, throws the ball across the middle on the slant pattern. As we'll see on the replay here to Wiebe. Here, just a one-step drop by the quarterback Diaz. There it is, throws a slant pattern to Wiebe. He's running across the field, shows good ability to run with the football after he catches it, escapes a couple tackles, picks up a big first down for Foothill with still plenty of time to score before the half runs out.
From the 36-yard line, they give to the fullback, number 33, Vollmer. Not too much room on the inside. Pickup of 1, make it 2nd and 9. It's been tough for Foothill all night running that ball inside. They've been effective when they're throwing those quick passes. Looks like that's what they're going to have to stick with.
Yeah, we've talked about it time and time again, real tough running against Clovis. That defensive line and linebackers do a great job of gang tackling, stopping those that short inside running game.
Diaz rolling right, throws to number 33, Vollmer, who's got the catch and then is tackled by number 18, Travis King. 1:42 remains in the half. The clock stops in high school football when you move the chains.
That's a real nice tackle by Travis King. Can't get the ball to your fullback running the football, throw it to Josh Vollmer. Quarterback rolls out to his right, Diaz throws it to Vollmer out in the flat. Here we have the replay, you see. He'll roll out, there's Vollmer, sneaks out of the backfield, catches it, and watch the nice tackle right here. Good contact, wrestles him down.
Great call, nobody around Josh Vollmer when he caught the ball. Good pickup, now they have 1st and 10, ball at the 16-yard line. They run the draw. This is Horn, he's got a lane and he's in the end zone. Big play by Foothill right there to answer the challenge.
Well, Rich, just a great coaching right there on that drive. Clovis was starting to get to Vic Diaz by rushing 6-7 guys, bringing the linebackers. This time they try to exploit that fact, throwing the ball, dumping the ball off to Vollmer that last play. This time they give it on the tailback draw, wide open, touchdown Foothill. Just 27-17.
Martinez's kick is up and good. Cuts the lead to 10, 27-17.
Here we're gonna have a replay. Watch. Clovis defense over pursuing. They all run right by the ball carrier. Look at open field, daylight, touchdown Foothill. Nice call that time by Foothill and their coaching staff.
Very nice drive by Foothill, but still 1:17 remains. Now their big task is to stop the Cougars and not let Keith Poole catch the ball.
Right, still 1:17 left. That last drive for Foothill 71 yards, 6 plays, eating up big chunks of yards, both teams. You're not going to watch a lot of high school football games where 44 points have been scored in the first half. I mean, this is just two very impressive offenses coming out and just rolling.
Martinez hits a low liner that will be fielded by number 47 at the 10-yard line. Straight up the field and then knocked down out over the 30. That is where the Cougars will take over. 1st and 10. Yeah, those were great calls by Ned Parmenter on that last drive.
Yeah.
Really smart calls. Tell you what, I guess you learned something in 26 years of coaching football.
You definitely learn every intangible of this game. You take what the defense gives you. Clovis real tough against the run. Little suspect sometimes against the short passing game, as we saw that time at expose and that draw play.
Foothill comes out with a safety man in the middle of the field. Sessoyeff fakes the handoff, rolls left. Poole runs an out and up, and he is open, and he makes the catch. Number 83, Dustin Abernathy, and number 32, Mike Sprague on the coverage.
There's that play action pass again. We have a replay of that right here coming up. Watch the fake by Sessoyeff. He keeps it as the defense all day to throw. Poole running a straight fly pattern. Another beautiful throw by Sessoyeff, who's been right on target tonight. And another big first down for Clovis, and they're already knocking on the door again.
If your Poole on that pattern ran a little stutter step that brought in the cornerback, I tell you what, if you're the safety man, number 83, Dustin Abernathy, forget about being in the middle of the field.
There he is.
Sessoyeff rolls out and throws this one pretty much out of bounds. No chance for his intended target, Poole, but he was open.
Same play they've run 3 times so far in this first half. Run the corner to the post and then break it back outside. Another good pattern by Poole. He's wide open, just overthrown by Sessoyeff. And that's a tough throw to make. It's a bit of a timing pattern. You're waiting for Poole to break right at the right time, and just a little bit overthrown by Sessoyeff that time. But again, the ball on the left hash mark, and there's Poole out there with single coverage to the wide side of the field, who this time lines up in a slot formation.
Number 83, Abernathy, as they do the quick pop pass to the big tight end, Metzler, and he is down to the 5-yard line. Just 17 seconds remain in the first half, and the Cougars are knocking on the door for another touchdown. Touchdown here would put them up by 17 points.
We're going to have a replay of the big throw to Mike Metzler. You see, fake to the dive to the fullback, give it to Metzler over the middle. He doesn't catch a lot of balls for football. For this Clovis team, he's mainly a blocker. But when he's called upon to catch the football, he usually is able to come up with it and make a nice play, as he did that time, as you can see right there, number 4, Mike Metzler. Big kid. Good blocker.
Nice call by the Cougar coaching staff. They've been rolling Sessoyeff out. They rolled him out to right on the first play. Last time they scored a touchdown going this way, they rolled Sessoyeff out to the left, and then to hit the middle of the field, they've got all their bases covered.
So you can see Clovis coach Tim Simon's going to take a jog out to the field. And Rich, we've got a chance to know Coach a little bit this year, talking to him, and he is definitely a first-rate guy, classy individual, and just runs a great football team here at Clovis High School. It almost seems like on offense that they're almost playing with Foothill. You know, they do whatever they feel like they want to do.
It's been a rough night for anyone on Foothill who has been in the vicinity of number 3, Keith Poole. He goes to the right of your screen. Number 21, Jared Dodson, is the cornerback. Poole has got the wide side of the field. 1st and goal on the 5. Sessoyeff drops back, throws in the vicinity of Metzler, but number 83, Dustin Abernathy, was the closest person to the ball.
Looks like a little cross-up that time. Metzler was breaking in. Sessoyeff threw the ball outside. No one open.
Now 13 seconds remain in the first half. 27-17, Clovis leads. Touchdown here would really put Foothill behind the 8 ball, Barry.
Oh, yeah. You know, they haven't stopped them yet. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns. If they can get another one here, they only had the ball. They got it with the minute 19 left in the first half. They can come out and score again right here. They're knocking on the door. 5 possessions for the first half and 5 touchdowns, which is really impressive.
Poole is again to the right, and Sessoyeff's running that way. He is open, and he just overthrew him. That is so tough for number 21 on Foothill, Jared Dodson. Put him out there on that island and say, here, you cover this guy.
Yeah, it's a real challenge for that young man. Watch on the replay, Poole break it out again. Sessoyeff throws the ball, the time pattern out to the corner. Just overthrows Poole a little bit. He's wide open on that pattern.
He hasn't been covered once all night.
Now they're having all kinds of trouble with him. Clovis is actually going to take a timeout here with 8 seconds left.
It's 3rd down and goal from the 5. 8 seconds remain, so.
I'm sure they'll throw one more time for the end zone. Maybe let Sessoyeff roll out to the wide side, give him a run or pass option, throw Poole out there in the corner, see if you can get the ball to him, maybe drag Metzler across the middle, and if those two guys aren't open, since Sessoyeff, let him keep the ball on an option, running or throwing option, let him get out there and use his fine running athletic ability and make Foothill just have to work a little bit harder to stop him.
Yeah, Sessoyeff is big and fast, and he throws the ball very well, but even more than that, he's very tough.
Oh yeah, and we've seen all season long, he led the league in scoring. His instincts for the goal line, when they get down here into this situation, he finds a way to get into the end zone. You know, much like Mark Barsotti for Fresno State before he went down with that injury, when they got down to the goal line and he'd keep the ball on a rollout type play, he found a way to get himself into the end zone, and that's what Jayson Sessoyeff possesses, that quality.
Looks like they're going to go for the field goal with 8 seconds remaining on 3rd down. That is what they will do. It'll be a 22-yard attempt from the left hash mark out of the hold of Derrek Figueroa. Cordero's kick is up, and it is good. With 5 seconds remaining in the first half, it is now 30-17 Cougars.
Cougars want to make sure they have enough time to at least get some points on the board. Decide to settle for the field goal. Nice kick by Cordero. Puts them up by 13. I don't want to say at halftime because we haven't reached the half. Someone could score yet. Only 5 seconds left, but it wouldn't surprise me the way this first half is gone.
There is the Clovis Cougar sideline. Pardon me, that looks like the Foothill sideline. My God, I need to get some glasses. That's the Clovis crowd.
So can't you see all the blue, Rich?
My word, I didn't see any blue. I thought I was seeing yellow and black over there. Better go to the optometrist Monday. Cordero will kick from the 40-yard line. Kicks this one higher than usual. It is fielded on the run by Martinez. Straight up the middle. And that will end the first half. Well, we're halfway through this one, and the score is 30-17. Cougars on top.
Want to do something really nice for your friends? Next time you go out with them, if they're going to be drinking alcohol, offer to be the designated driver for the evening. That means you stick to non-alcoholic drinks and drive everyone home safely. Next time, one of them can do the same thing for you. You could be saving them from being arrested or having a serious accident. You could even be saving their lives. Now that's what I call a friend. For more information on drinking and driving, write the Will Rogers Institute, White Plains, New York.
Lamonica Stadium, we are just about to start the third quarter, and Barry, there have been some record performances thus far.
Literally some record performances, Rich. Keith Poole has broken the Central Section receiving record for yards in a game in the first half. 6 catches, 308 yards for a brand new record breaking Rex Hudler's record set in 1977. You can see the halftime statistics. Look at the passing yards for Clovis. 7 of 10, 325 yards, and does that statistic stand out? Just unbelievable. Only 36 yards rushing the football, 361 total yards. I mean, just very, very impressive.
The thing that surprised me when I looked at this, as you look at the first half kickoff, this one's going to go straight up the middle. Figueroa will field it, and head straight back up the field on his feet out over the 30 to the 32-yard line. That is where the Cougars will take over, and they haven't been stopped thus far all season.
Well, this is a big possession for the Foothill defense. I mean, they had to go in at halftime just shaking their heads going, how do we stop that number 3? What they're going to have to do is they're going to have to just bring that safety man over who's supposed to be covering up, helping double cover. He hasn't been able to get there. He doesn't have the speed. They're just going to have to cheat him way over to the side. Double covered Poole all the way. We'll see if it will work out for him.
They start off with Larson over the right side, bangs out ahead, runs a couple people over in the process. Ran over number 99, Jason Brown. Pickup of 6 yards for Kelly.
Rich, we talked about at the beginning of the show, we talked about it last week during the Hoover game. Clovis's 2 main big weapons, Sessoyeff and Poole, are going to have to step it up for these playoffs, and I'd say they did a pretty good job of that here in the first half.
Amazing. They give to Larson this time over the left side. Pretty big hole, but he's dragged down by number 34. That is Aaron Straw.
Foothill's real quick on the defensive front. They're able to, Clovis has run that counter play, which has been real successful for him all season long. Foothill's doing a good job of getting counter pursue and being able to wrap up Kelly Larson. He's getting some yards, but he's not getting the big chunks of yards that we've seen him get in the past.
Poole is now to the bottom of your screen. Out of the I formation, 3rd and 2.
Looks like they drew him off sides, Rich. Just what we've seen many times. Jayson Sessoyeff changes his voice a little bit, draws the defense off. That's what we have that time. Going to give Clovis a free first down.
Number 76, Anthony Caddy, the guilty party. So first down for the Cougars at the 45-yard line. (30-17) the score. Clovis has not been stopped all night. They go for the quick pass to Poole, who makes the catch, breaks a tackle, and then is knocked down. Good hit on that play by number 99, Jason Brown.
That's exactly what they did on that play, Rich. They throw the 3-step drop, throw out to the flat to Poole. That time the strong safety cheated way over. As soon as the ball was snapped, he's running over and guarding Poole. Was able to hold him up a little bit, allow some of his teammates to come over and put a good gang tackle on Poole. That's what they're going to continue to have to do. They only held him to 6 yards that play. That just kills your average.
2nd and 4. 2 wide receivers to the top of the screen. They hand off to Larson over the left side. And Kelly looked like he was knocked down, but then spun off and picked up an extra yard.
Saw Kelly Larson that time running the tailback power over the left side. 2 hands on the football the whole time. In the first, last week against Hoover, excuse me, he had a little trouble holding onto the ball, fumbled a couple times. I'm sure they worked on that all week in practice. He's coming out holding on that football. Clovis hasn't turned it over so far in this ball game.
24, Scott Dett comes into the ball game for the Cougars. Keith Poole goes to the top of the screen as Clovis goes with the 2 tight end set. Larson in the backfield. Sessoyeff drops back, looks to throw. He's going deep for Poole, and he's got the ball and another touchdown.
Rich, that was good coverage.
That was great coverage.
What do you do? I mean, what do you do? You can't stop that. I mean, Keith Poole just, the ball was thrown up by Sessoyeff in the vicinity of Poole. Defensive man is all over him, covering like a blanket. Keith Poole just takes the ball away from him and runs it for a touchdown. There's nothing you can do with that. It's just a man among boys out there almost.
John Newton, number 23, had great coverage on Poole, stride for stride. Poole up and over him with the catch. Cordero for the extra point. It is good and make it 37-17, 9:21 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Very, very good.
Well, that catch will bring the average back up.
Yeah.
You know, he caught the 6-yarder. That's probably the worst thing he's done all night.
Came into the game averaging almost 25 yards a catch, which is just outstanding. He's averaging somewhere around about 50 yards a catch tonight.
This is just the night of your life if you're Keith Poole. I mean, he's had some great games, but your senior year.
4 touchdowns tonight for Poole.
receptions of 72, 52, 83, and that last one for 45 yards. You just can't say enough about it. It's just unbelievable.
This looks like when you're in the backyard playing with the Nerf ball when you're about 10 or 11 years old.
That's exactly what it seems like. It seems like you're playing a game out in the street. Since you and your buddy are out there, one guy's drawing plays on the other guy's chest saying, run deep, I'll throw it to you. And that's all Clovis is doing. Sessoyeff and Poole playing a game of two-man Nerf street football, and it's coming up big tonight.
This will be Horn over the right side. Squirts through and pushes the ball out over the 30 to the 32-yard line. A 20-point Cougar lead. Haven't been stopped all night. You know, Foothill has played a pretty good game. They've scored 17 points in the half. Not easy to do against a good Cougar defense, but just
outstanding athletes in a high school game can just dominate, and that's what we've seen tonight, just complete domination by Keith Poole.
Trojans out of the I formation with two wide receivers. They go the quick pop pass. It is caught by the big tight end, Jason Brown. That'll be about an 18-yard pickup and a first down.
Real nice play, just the straight pop pass to the tight end, wide open over the middle, throw it to him, an 18-yard gain. Foothill has been real impressive on offense tonight. They've done a great job of moving the ball against this Clovis defense. We're gonna have a replay of that last one. See the quarterback just takes a one-step drop right here. There it is, fake the dive of the fullback, throw the tight end over the middle. He's wide open. The strong safety has to come up and wrestle him down. But a big first down for Foothill, who need a touchdown.
Ball now at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Diaz another quick drop. Now he's going to have to run it. And he is stuck by number 91, Jacob Belmont.
Great job by the Clovis secondary that time. Obviously, they made an adjustment at halftime to try to take away that slant pattern that had been so effective for Foothill in the first half. Diaz takes the ball again, a one-step drop, tries to throw to Wiebe on the slant pattern. The strong safety had come up and took that route away. And a good job of defense right there, and a good adjustment made at halftime by the Clovis coaches.
Second and 10 for the Trojans. They run the draw to Horn, who breaks a tackle and another. Now out in the open, breaks another tackle, cuts back. That's a nice gain, 22-yard run for little Josh Horn.
Real nice run by Josh Horn. Takes the draw again. He scored on that play earlier in the first half. That time Clovis was there to defend it. They just didn't do a real good job of wrapping him up. Horn breaks out into the secondary and picks up a big first down.
Good little runner, Josh Horn. Very good.
Real good runner. He's not very big. He's only about 5'6", but does a good job.
Quick, good moves. Try the quick lob pass, and that one, number 18, Travis King had the best angle to catch that one. Diaz was trying to get it to Wiebe, but good coverage by the Cougar secondary.
Try to throw that fade pattern. Again, the strong safety comes over, does a good job of getting a hold on that receiver. That pass, not being able to complete that pass. Josh Horn's rushed for 87 yards tonight, mostly on those two big draw plays, one in the first half and that last one, the play before this one.
Second and 10. Diaz drops back. Now he's going to go out into the flat, and that one is incomplete. Intended for number 33, Josh Vollmer.
Again, they try to sell Vollmer out of the backfield, send him underneath. Good job by number 54, Miles Pavich. He has Vollmer one-on-one out of the backfield, stays right on his backside hip. Ball's thrown, he's able to knock it away. Real nice defense by the linebacker that time, Miles Pavich.
3rd and 10 now for the Trojans. Diaz getting the play from his coach. Foothill been pretty successful all year long all game long on 3rd down conversions. They need another big one here as they trail by 20 points. Got to get the ball in the end zone.
They got double coverage on Wiebe to the wide side of the field.
They do the quick pass to Martinez, who makes the catch and fights ahead. See where they spot that one.
That time, Foothill comes out in a twins to the wide side of the field. Wiebe is split out Clovis side, they're going to double cover Wiebe. They had 2 men out there on him. That opens up the slot man who's able to run into the flat. He's got single coverage out there. Nice throw that time by Diaz. They're going to be real close to a first down, but a good play call by Foothill that time.
Going to come out and measure to see if they got the first down. He's very close. What do you think, Barry?
Nope, he's short.
Yep. Short, looks like by about a yard.
I've definitely improved in this category since the beginning of the season.
Yeah, look at that. He's short by a little bit more than a yard. Yeah, just about a yard short. So 4th and 1. Going to take a timeout are the Trojans. Diaz tells the official, we've got a timeout on the field. Yeah, for Foothill to get back in this ball game, Bear, they got to score touchdowns, and even more importantly than that, they've got to stop Clovis.
Yeah, that's
easier said than done.
A lot easier said than done. As the now infamous spotlight takes a turn towards us and shines a nice bright light in my face.
6:56 to go in the 3rd quarter. While we've got a little dead time, I would like to ask you your predictions for the Fresno State game coming up tomorrow. Fresno State, San Jose State for the Big West title.
Well, I know this game will be aired on Monday night. I'm looking for Mark Barsotti to come out and make the big appearance tomorrow night for the Bulldogs. As we can see the matchups for the semifinals, the winner of this game, Clovis and Foothill, will take on the winner of the Golden West Porterville game. That game was 14-7 at the halftime at our last report. The winner of the Clovis West Bakersfield game will play the winner of the Menachie Redwood game. The Menachie Redwood game was also at a 14-7 score at halftime.
Who was leading in Menachie Redwood?
Redwood was leading.
And in the Porterville game,
Golden West was leading.
14-7. The Porterville's undefeated coming into the game.
Porterville is undefeated. We've talked about it before. They play in the East Yosemite League. Competition level may not be as strong as in the South Yosemite League or the North Yosemite League. So Porterville's going to have their hands full, even though they are undefeated.
4th and 1 from the I formation. They have twins to the right side. Diaz with the long count, drops back looking to fire the quick one. He's got Martinez, who's got the catch, and then will scamper into the end zone for a Foothill touchdown.
Rich, we talked about it just the play before. They did the same play as they ran before, but to the other side of the field. Twins to the wide side of the field. They split Wiebe out. Clovis has got him covered, double coverage. That opens up the inside to the slot man, who is Martinez. He runs the slant pattern, wide open, touchdown, Foothill. And a real nice drive that time for Foothill, whose offense is doing everything they can to stay in this ball game. Pending this extra point, it'll be 37-24. Clovis, I'm sure the coaching staff has got to be a little concerned about their defense. They've given up some real big plays tonight.
Kick is up and good by Martinez. That cuts the lead to 13.
We have a replay of that touchdown. See the quarterback Diaz, one-step drop again, throws the inside slant pattern. You can see the 2 Clovis men, double coverage on Wiebe out on the wide side, way on the sideline, aren't able to make a comeback and get a tackle on Martinez, who races into the end zone.
Another good call.
Real good call that time.
Sideline, 4th and 1. There is the fine place kicker Mark Martinez, the senior, 5'8", 158-pounder. It's a low liner. This one will be fielded by one of the up men on his knees. That was Kelly Larson. So it'll be down right there. Once you touch your knee in high school football, you are down. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line is where the Cougars will take over. .6:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. Sessoyeff out in the huddle, calls the play. Poole comes to the bottom of your screen. That is the wide side of the field. Tom Minnis is in as the fullback. Kelly Larson, the tailback. They give to Larson this time over the right side. He's got a hole and breaks out of Jason Brown's tackle and lunges ahead for a couple more yards. Pickup of 6, make it 2nd and 4.
Rich, that play that Clovis runs so effectively on the ground to Kelly Larson, that tailback counter play out of the single setback, was made famous by the University of Miami throughout the 1980s. They've had some great running backs there, and they run that play to perfection. As you saw last week against Florida State, they ran that play a lot. Basically the same play, single setback counter to the tailback, and a real effective play for Clovis.
Give to Larson again, this time over the right side again. Big yardage and bowls ahead. And this is what the Cougars will do to you.
That's right, they'll lull you to sleep.
Lull you to sleep and then run Kelly Larson all night long.
See on the replay, just a straight tailback power to Kelly Larson. Nice job by the offensive line. Good job by Larson of bouncing that one to the outside, finding a hole, rumbling into the secondary. Well, he just buries his shoulder and will take on anyone who comes up to tackle him. Nice first down for Clovis.
From the 45-yard line, Sessoyeff rolls out left. He's got Poole open on the out. Makes the catch, and that'll be enough for a first down and add to his already record number of yards on the night.
Rich, that play will be open all night long. That time Poole breaks the pattern off about 15 yards downfield, and he is wide open. And the ball was a little bit out of his reach, but Poole, being the fine receiver he does, goes down to one knee, hauls it in for the nice reception. It's an understatement to say that Foothill is playing a cushion zone at this point in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, their secondary is 15 yards off the ball.
Sessoyeff drops back, steps up in the pocket, and he is going to be sacked. First man to get to him was number 86. For the Trojans, that is Porter.
That's one way for Foothill to keep the ball in the hands of Keith Poole, is put a good rush on the pass for Sessoyeff. And for the first time, I believe, tonight, Sessoyeff was sacked, drops back to pass. Good pursuit by the defensive line, able to get him down for about a 5-yard loss.
2nd and 15, ball at the 46-yard line.
Poole split out wide again to the wide side of the field.
Sessoyeff fakes the handoff, rolls out. Got a big side. He lobs this one up for Deck, who makes the catch. A flag goes down, but once again, Barry, great coverage. Yet the Cougars still come down with it. This time it's Scott Deck with the big catch.
That was a nice catch by Deck. That time Keith Poole was a decoy. He lined up to the wide side of the field. He got double coverage that time. The strong safety came over. He ran his pattern into the middle of the field. They send Scott Deck, the slot man, out. He runs an out and up pattern. Nice throw by Sessoyeff over his shoulder, over Deck's shoulder. He pulls it in for the one-handed catch. You see Keith Poole's running to the middle of the field. Sessoyeff rolls out. Scott Deck's running out underneath and up. Nice throw, just a beautiful one-handed catch by Deck. Great concentration.
Cougars decline the penalty. Poole goes in motion. They hand the ball off to him over the left side. He's got running room. He cuts up the middle. Touchdown. I guess to say he's having a big night's an understatement.
Rich, that play was opened up just an outstanding, just a great block by the other receiver, Derrek Feramisco, number 11. Feramisco, Poole ran that ball around the left side. Feramisco's job is to drive his corner off the ball, and he literally drove his defender, the cornerback, into the end zone, put him on his back. Just a great job by Feramisco. Great job by Poole to bounce it out to the outside, and another touchdown for the Cougars.
The extra point by Cordero makes it 44-24. With 3:58 to go in the third.
Keith Poole is now 414 total yards, 5 touchdowns. For the replay of the touchdown, try to watch number 11, Derrek Feramisco, make the big key block. There goes Poole. You can't really see Feramisco at any time during that play, but believe me, he made a great block to spring Poole out to the outside for that touchdown. And Keith Poole and those guys shine in games like this, but it's those unsung guys like Derrek Feramisco and the offensive linemen
who are opening up the big holes, making the nice blocks, allowing the superstars to get all the recognition that they're getting.
Sure, the offensive line does a great job. Sessoyeff has only been sacked once, and he hasn't had pressure all night. He's been back there, been able to set up and throw. A lot of credit needs to go. Great all-around team effort to everybody on the Cougars. Kick is fielded by Vollmer, and then he is stacked up and knocked into the dirt by number 41, Dan Hess.
Dan Hess been doing a great job on that kickoff coverage team all night. I think that's his 3rd tackle he's made. Goodness knows they're getting enough practice, that kickoff team. Clovis is yet to be stopped tonight. They have scored every time they have had their hands on the football.
There's a spotlight in the back.
That's a big spotlight.
Big spotlight. 1st and 10 at the 24. Diaz throws this one over the middle, caught by his receiver, Wiebe. Nice pickup.
Nice throw by the quarterback, Vic Diaz. That time he takes a 5-step drop, throws it to Wiebe. He's running the post pattern, puts the ball on a frozen rope, hits him right in the chest. A nice catch by Wiebe and a nice first down for Foothill, who has been very impressive on offense themselves. I mean, they have put up some big numbers tonight.
Foothill goes with 2 wide receivers and the I formation. The draw is stopped for no gain, and number 91, Jacob Belmont, again with the big play.
That time Foothill went to the well one too many times that time. Jacob Belmont right there to put it into that draw play. He's played a big game tonight, a returning All-North Yosemite League player. He made the first 2 tackles of the ball game, and he is definitely making his presence felt down there on the line of scrimmage in the trenches.
The student body for Clovis is going nuts down here on the home side of the field. They're really excited.
Loss of 6 yards, 2nd and 16. This one is caught by Martinez, who breaks a tackle and then is dragged down by Travis King.
Diaz is doing a great job of staying in the pocket. Those last 2 completions, the first one to Wiebe, that time to Martinez. I mean, he has just been absolutely getting leveled after he throws the football. He's got a lot of character. He's out there staying in, holding in the pockets at the last minute, allowing his receivers to get open, and he's throwing some nice passes to him. He's a fine quarterback in his own right. Vic Diaz for the Foothill Trojans.
Wiebe is split way out to the left side. Diaz is going to run this one, and he is dragged down from behind. Nice play there by number 65, Elliot Hine. Pickup of only 1.
You saw that Wiebe split way out to the right. They got double coverage on him. They're playing bump and run at the line of scrimmage, trying to take away that inside slant pattern. And then they have a man deep also to take him deep. So they're trying to get a hold there on Wiebe, number 84, who's had also a fine game tonight. And that Foothill is going to take another timeout.
Barry, this is a game, again, it's happened all season. It reminds me a little bit of the Sanger game, as far as these are good teams. Foothill's a good team, but Clovis is just on another level. I mean, we've seen good teams all year, but this is just a great team with some great athletes.
Oh, yeah. And a total team concept, as we've talked about before. They're just very good.
1:27 remains in the 3rd quarter. 44-24 the score.
Vic Diaz for Foothill has thrown for 230 yards tonight. He's 14 out of 18, so he's having a great game himself.
Sure.
A little bit overshadowed the performance by Keith Poole, but boy, he's done a fine job tonight. 230 yards, that's a great ball game through 3 quarters.
That's the way.
There you can see in the background the Clovis High School Championship football banners hung proudly at every home football game. You can see 80, 79, 74, 70, just a fine tradition and a long tradition of winning football here in Clovis.
and they'll have another banner this year to hang up there. 1991 league champions. Hopefully another banner, Valley champions.
I'm sure that's the one they want more than anything.
They are well on their way with a nice 20-point lead with just over a quarter to go.
Second and 9, Diaz rolls right. Lets it go, and it is caught. Nice catch. Flag is thrown.
Nice job by Diaz that time, rolling out of the pocket, waiting for his receivers to get open. That flag is going to be a pass interference penalty against Clovis, which will be declined. I'm pretty sure that there was a little bumping before the catch, and that's what the call is. It should be declined. Another nice catch by Wiebe out there along the sideline.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He really is a good player.
Vic Diaz is only a junior.
Oh, he's going to be a great quarterback next year. So we have the replay. Watch Diaz roll out to his right. Wiebe's coming from all the way across the field. There he is. You see him sticking his hand. Oh, that's not him. That's the tight end. But there's Wiebe along the sidelines. Hauls that ball in.
Wiebe is also only a junior.
Yeah, they're going to be definitely a team to be reckoned with in the Central section next year. Wiebe's caught 8 balls for 120 yards, also having an outstanding evening.
Not too many times in high school football will you catch passes that equal up to 120 yards and be the second leading receiver in the game. It's a big night. Diaz rolls left. Now he's got pressure. Now he escapes on the run, and now he's got a lot of room. Travis King stands in front of him, and Diaz tripped up. Looks like he tripped over his own 2 feet there and then just stumbled down in front of King.
That's a great job of coverage by the Clovis secondary. We'll see her on the replay. Diaz drops back to pass. Has time at first, but here comes the defensive rush. You just see him roll out to his left a little bit. Here comes Miles Pavich. Try to put the wrap on him. Somehow he gets away for that. Still no one open downfield. He's forced to turn it up. There's the Clovis secondary right there to come up and make the hit, holding to about a 5-yard gain.
If he could have got past Travis King, he had a wide open trek into the end zone. Rolls right this time, a lot of pressure. Oh, in and out of the hands of Wiebe. Looks like it was a little bit out in front of him, but a great effort and a good job of Diaz getting rid of the ball. Cougars coming on a full blitz.
This time you see Wiebe, he lines up on the near side of the field. He runs the post pattern to the middle. You see Diaz drops back to pass, rolls out to his right. He's looking for Wiebe. There he is, just a little bit over his outstretched arms.
26 seconds to go in the third quarter. Cougars on top by 20. Foothill in the I formation, 3rd and 5. They give to the halfback Horn, who breaks up the middle, wide open, breaks a tackle from King, and then is knocked down from behind. Nice tackle by number 55, Dan Blankenship. Saved Josh Horn from scoring a touchdown.
3rd and 5, give the ball off tackle to Horn. Rolls over the right side, does a good job of open field running, picks up a nice first down. Foothill's knocking on the door again. First down, goal to goal for the Trojans.
They're going to let the clock run out, and that will end the third quarter. With the score, the Clovis Cougars 44, the Foothill Trojans 24. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this.
The deafening roar of the dinosaur. It echoed through the land for 140 million years, then fell silent.
But now they're back at the Fresno Metropolitan Museum, sharing secrets locked in time. Come unravel the mysteries of these menacing Mesozoic giants with the whole family. Journey back to the age of dinosaurs, now through December 1st at the Fresno Metropolitan Museum.
There are the drummers on the Clovis sideline. First and goal from the 6-yard line. Diaz hands this one off to Horn, and he is knocked down by Dan Blankenship again, number 55. Put the finishing touches on him.
Put a nice hit on Horn that time. Horn tries to make a cut. There's Blankenship right there with his face mask right in Horn's chest. Drives him into the turf. Nice tackle. Foothill's got to get the ball in the end zone right here. There's no other ways about it. They have to score every time they get the ball from here on in to have any chance at all.
They got to stop Clovis or it's going to end up 110 to 80. Diaz drops back, looking to throw, in and out of the hands of Wiebe.
Almost a great catch by that time by Wiebe. The ball's thrown behind him. He turns around, gets his hands on it, almost hauls it in. Nice effort. Diaz really puts a lot of velocity on those short passes.
Third and goal, definitely four down territory for the Trojans. Ball is on the 7-yard line. Martinez comes in motion. Wiebe is to the left of your screen. He's looking for Wiebe on the out. The flag goes down. Ref threw a late flag. I think we're going to have interference on number 13, Brent Howard.
That's a good call, Rich. The side judge didn't see that. The back judge comes in, throws that flag. The defender pushed him in the back. Good call. Watch on the replay of this. Drops back to pass, tries to throw it into the corner. See if you can see the push. There it is, right at the end of the play. Good call by the referee that time. It's been a pretty well-played game. Not too many penalty flags tonight.
That'll give him a first down and goal, give him half the distance to the goal line. Ball will be on the 3-yard line now. First and goal. Hand off to the up man, Vollmer, and he is stacked up and knocked backwards by the Cougar D.
Clovis very tough inside the 10-yard line, very stingy when they get down there near the goal line. Again, not very effective running the football inside. They're going to probably have to try to get in, either giving the ball maybe on a draw or throwing it to one of the backs out of the backfield. So we see a replay, just a straight dive to the fullback. Nothing doing. Clovis defense right there to pile it up. Ryan Nixon, Mike Hawks all in on that tackle.
Pickup of 1, second and goal from the 2. Wiebe is in the slot. Martinez will now come in motion. Diaz will roll left and then throw back across the field to a wide open Wiebe. And they're going to say he didn't have possession of it.
Number 21, Derrek Figueroa, hit him right in the back. Jarred that ball out a little bit, but what a throw by Diaz. Rolls out to the left side, throws the ball all the way across to Wiebe, who's dragging across the back line of the end zone. Just can't hold on to that one. A nice hit at the end by number 21. Breaks it up.
Figueroa has played very good football all year for the Cougars.
Yeah,
big interception
really
last week. And a big hit right there.
Comes up with a few big plays.
Now they go with 2 wide receivers to the left. Wiebe again is in the slot. Diaz drops back, and they tried to run the same play, but he just overshot his receiver, Martinez. Tried to run the same play they did down on the other side of the field when they scored a touchdown. So that'll bring up 4th and goal from the 2.
There's no two ways about it. Foothill's got to get into the end zone right here.
They are down by 20. They go with 3 wide receivers, 2 of them to the right. One is the fullback, Vollmer, and then Martinez. Wiebe to the left. The tight end is Brown. He is also lined up on the right. That is the way Martinez will roll. Scott pressure, steps up, throws, and it is caught. Tipped up in the air, and then Josh Vollmer hauled it in. Great catch for the touchdown.
Real nice concentration by Vollmer. Diaz with good time. Waits, throws to Vollmer. The ball's tipped. He hauls it in for the touchdown. Nice play for Foothill, who just will not go away. They could get back within 13 right here if they can make the extra point.
Martinez's extra point is up and good, so the lead is now reduced to 13. 10-10 remaining in the ball game. Now it's up to the Trojans to see if they can stop Clovis on defense.
Watch the replay of this touchdown. Diaz is going to drop back to pass. Good pass protection by his line. Looking. Throws right there. Vollmer tipped up in the air and hauls it in. After Foothill scored that touchdown, the Foothill band on the far side of the field began playing the USC Trojans Fight song. It's also the Foothill Trojans Fight song. Almost brings tears to my eyes.
Martinez's kick will go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Ball will come out to the 20-yard line. So the Cougars will have to march 80 yards. And that has not been a big chore tonight. The Foothill defense, big number 76, Anthony Caddy. Give this one to Larson, hole on the right side, breaks through, and then is tackled by number 32, Mike Sprague, the outside linebacker.
Look for Clovis to try to grind it out a little bit on the ground here. Try to maybe eat up some of this clock. Definitely starting to work in their favor. We just went under 10 minutes to go in the ball game. They have a 13-point cushion, at least for a while, and then they'll probably go up top to Poole again, who is again split out wide to the near side of the field.
Hand off to Larson, up the middle.
I think he fumbled the ball, Rich.
We'll wait for the signal. And Foothill has it.
First turnover of the ball game. Kelly Larson fumbles the football deep in his own territory. Not what you want to do. A great opportunity for Foothill here to close the gap to 6 points. You know, we've talked all night about great Clovis offense, but Foothill's hung in this football game the whole night long, and they're not going anywhere. They're only down by 13 points. They can score right here. They'll only be down by 6. Still a lot of time left to go.
Foothill hasn't been flashy all night, but they have been very effective. 31 points, 9 minutes remain in the game, but they do trail by 13. Wiebe is in the slot. Martinez is the wide split out. Diaz drops back, looks to throw, steps up and fires at Wiebe, who's got the ball, and now he breaks a tackle, and he is tripped up from behind. Great play by number 13, Brent Howard. Good hustle by Howard.
Great job by Wiebe of catching the ball and turning the ball upfield and getting some more yards. He almost broke that one all the way for a touchdown. Foothill knocking on the door again, down at the 10-yard line.
They deserve a lot of credit, this offense. They've been down by 20 points, it seemed like for an eternity. But they've kept battling back in the big fourth down touchdown.
They were exchanging touchdowns for almost 2 quarters. Now Foothill gets the turnover and an ample opportunity.
They hand this one off to Horn, who bangs ahead down to about the 5-yard line. That will make it 2nd and goal. They mark it at the 6. Might want to watch for that play they've run all night where they split the 2 receivers out to the wide side of the field and have that slot guy come right across, coming in towards the middle of the field.
Yeah, that's what I do. The way Diaz throws those nice slant patterns.
very accurate quarterback.
Yeah, I'd look for the same thing. He's been putting the ball right on the money all evening long.
Wiebe goes to the bottom of your screen. Martinez is to the top. They're in the I formation. Quick drop. He's looking left. Now he's got pressure. Breaks out of it. Steps up. Martinez is open, and it is picked off by number 13, Brent Howard.
Brent Howard makes a huge interception last week against Hoover. Comes back tonight. Ball thrown a little bit over. One of the first bad throws by Diaz all night. There he is right there to pick it off. Clovis will take the ball, and now we've exchanged turnovers after exchanging touchdowns for 2 quarters. Now both teams exchange turnovers as we have a replay. Diaz will drop back to pass, looking for Wiebe across the middle. Gets away from some rush there. He's open, just floats it a little bit, and there's Howard to come across and pick it off. Nice play.
They give this one to Larson. Both hands on the football this time, and bounces out over the left side.
Yeah, Coach Tim Simons definitely hasn't lost his confidence in Kelly Larson. He fumbles the last time, comes right back and gives the ball to him again over the left side, picks up 8 yards and a nice run.
Seven minutes to go in the game. They give this one to Larson. Trips over his lineman's leg on the right side, number 71, Corey Westerberry, lying on the ground, and Kelly tripped up over his shin. Pickup of a couple. That will make it 3rd and 2. And if Foothill can stop him here, they'll be in good shape. 6:40, and the clock is ticking. Third and 2. Sessoyeff fakes the handoff. Now he's going to roll out the right side. He's got a big hole, and he's got running room. Sessoyeff over the right side. He will be bumped out of bounds by number 83, Dustin Abernathy, but there is a flag back at the 45.
We're going to have a holding penalty, Rich, deep in the secondary. I think one of the wide receivers for Clovis was grabbing onto one of the Foothill defensive backs, trying to hold him up. And I think we are, yeah, that's what we're going to have, holding penalty against Clovis.
Yep.
Watch the replay of this. Sessoyeff rolls the ball out, keeper all the way. There's Westbury, makes a nice downfield block. There's the hold right there. Sessoyeff turns it into a nice gain, but it's all for naught on that play. It's going to be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, Rich. That's the new holding rule this year that was put into effect in college and high school football. So 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It's still going to give the Cougars a first down, which they needed on that 3rd and 2 play. But it's unfortunate that one was brought back by the holding penalty.
They do pick up the first down, which is the most important part. 45 Cordero and number 24 Deck come into the ball game.
Time of the clock definitely starting to work in the favor of the Cougars. Just went under 6 minutes to go in the football game, and they're trying to grind it out right here.
Sessoyeff fakes the handoff, rolls right. He's going to throw deep down the middle. This one is underthrown, and it looks like, yes, it is, picked off by number 83, Dustin Abernathy.
Sessoyeff rolls off to the right that time, just a little bit underthrown on that pass. It is intercepted. Poole was wide open, though. Ball just a little bit underthrown by Sessoyeff that time.
First and 10, ball at the 30-yard line, 70 yards to go for the Trojans. 5.5 minutes remain in the game, and they trail by 13. Diaz puts it up. Oh, and it is almost intercepted by number 12, Aaron Castro. Number 99, Jason Brown, was his intended target.
It's a nice job by Aaron Castro rotating over from the secondary. Almost is able to pick that one off. So we see the replay.
Diaz, the quarterback, rolls out to his right again like he's done often tonight, throws the ball. And there's Castro almost there to pick it off.
Two wide receivers on the split out. Brown, the tight end, is on the right. They hand this one off to Horn over the left side. Pickup of about 5. Bring up 3rd down.
Big down right here. Biggest play of the game so far for Foothill. As we can see Jayson Sessoyeff talking to the coaches up in the press box.
Big 3rd down. Just under 5 minutes to go in the game. 4:50 and the clock is running. Diaz steps up, now looks to run it, and he is tackled by Craig Lingenfelter.
Diaz has been getting away from those guys all night long. This time Lingenfelter gets him by the shoelaces and able to trip him up. See Diaz, no one to throw to, tries to turn left field. There's Lingenfelter, gets him around the ankles and brings him down.
What a big play by the guy that is in there because of an injury.
That's right.
To their inside linebacker, Scott Tafoya. Playing a good game. 4th and 10.
This could be the ball game for Foothill right here.
They definitely need to score on this drive, but they need the 1st down first. Diaz drops back over the middle. Wiebe goes down, and the ball is incomplete, so the Cougars will take...
A late flag goes down, Rich. That is not going to be a pass interference, which is what Wiebe wanted. That's probably going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against him. He let the officials let it be known that he didn't like that. He thought he was tripped up. I think it's going to be against Foothill. Now, wait a minute. That's not the indication by the refs. I'm not really sure what's going on right here.
If that's a pass interference, well, that's... They mark it up 5 yards.
Now, explain that one to me. It looked like he gave the delay a game signal against Clovis, which I don't know how you can get that.
You can't get
on
that on
defense. And then, but yet Clovis is taking over. I don't know.
And then he waved penalty declined, and now it's 1st and 10 Cougars. If there was a flag, I guarantee they would take it.
I don't know.
Anyway, it's 1st and 10. Ball at the 35. Sessoyeff fakes the handoff. Now he'll run around the left end. Got a little bit of room. And then did the smart thing right there by staying in bounds and not keeping that clock running. Smart play by Sessoyeff.
Nice job by number 64, Jason Adair that time. He's leading that play up, leading Sessoyeff. He makes a nice block downfield, allows Sessoyeff to pick up 8 yards on that play. Again, that offensive line, Clovis is fortunate to have a good offensive line. They're able to do some things that other teams can't do because their offensive linemen can get out and lead up through the holes. Good athletes down there on the offensive line for Clovis.
They give this one to Larson over the right side. Tripped up again by number 99, Jason Brown. He plays both ways for the Trojans, and he's a very good football player. Very aggressive, played a great game on both sides of the ball tonight.
Yeah, Jason Brown doubles as a tight end and inside linebacker. One of those tough, hard-nosed two-way players that every football team seems to have, at least the ones that are still around in the playoffs.
Sure. These big athletes mean so much in the game, and the biggest one tonight is definitely Keith Poole. What a great game. Cougars pick up the 1st down. Chains were out and they measured. They've got it. Ball now at the 29-yard line. 3 minutes to go in the game, and they wind the clock. See on the back of Sessoyeff's helmet, says Valley Bound. Need to win 3 games to win the Valley Championship. Larson knocked down at the line for no gain.
It'd be nice if Foothill could call a timeout right now, but they, if you remember, they had to use 2 of their timeouts earlier in the half. They're having a little trouble on offense. So they're down to, I believe, 1 timeout. And time is definitely working against them.
Second and 10 now for the Cougars. Still with 3 wide receivers. Poole is in the slot. 2:09 to go in the game. Now Keith comes in motion, and they give to Kelly on the counter, and he has to jump up over 71, Corey Westerberry, and falls ahead for a couple more yards. Minute 40 and running. So Barry, looks like the Cougars are going to advance on into the playoffs and play either Porterville or Golden West.
Yeah, very impressive offensively, but I think they need to do some work on defense. Giving up a lot of big plays, and you don't want to have that.
This one is picked off by number 34. Flag goes down. Interception is by Aaron Straw. Minute 13 left to go in the game. And did you see the hits Sessoyeff put on him?
Uh-oh, we got an ugly fight going.
Flags go flying.
That was a good job to get that thing, break that thing up.
Very good. And that's,
don't need a fight. Rich,
no.
That was all started. That ball was picked off by Aaron Straw. He returns the ball over by the Foothill sideline, and Jayson Sessoyeff, I mean, just absolutely smashed the return man on that play. Straw just ripped him. Some words were exchanged.
Still lying on the ground is Straw. That is who they're attending.
We're gonna have a replay of that last play. Watch, there you can see Straw right there. He bats that one, picks it off. He's running. Now watch Sessoyeff. I mean, he just comes in and puts a boom right there. That's your quarterback doing that. That gets emotions flying a little bit. Maybe some words were exchanged.
If we can keep running that. No, we don't have any more tape on that.
The 2 teams come out to the field. They're going to decide they want to throw a few punches at each other. But the administration, the coaches get out there, get their teams back, confided. You know, you don't need to ruin a good football game with a penalty fight that sometimes happens. These kids' emotions are running high. But my goodness, Sessoyeff just...
Wow. They always say the Straw looks to be okay coming off the field. They always say the person who puts the hardest hit on the return man, if he can, is the quarterback who threw the interception. But oh man,
he certainly did that time. You can see Jayson Sessoyeff on the sidelines.
Used to be was a linebacker last year.
Yeah,
and
now you can see why. Look at him showing his battle wounds to his buddies down there on the sidelines, saying, "Look at my arm." That guy, he's got to be careful. He's, you know, it's tough to try to take some of the aggression out of him, but I mean, you do have a 13-point lead. It looks like you're going to make it to the next round of the playoffs. You don't want your quarterback to get hurt. But I mean, Jayson Sessoyeff, just a tough young man.
That was a very good job by the Cougar coaches and Cougar administration to get out there, as well as the Foothill side, and break that thing up. Things like that can get very ugly in a hurry.
They sure can.
And it really tarnishes a game that has been well played on both sides.
Yeah, it really does. You know, that fight, I mean, I don't know for sure, but it looked like it wasn't the fault of any one particular team or team member. It looked like just emotions running high. You know, in this game, it's been a real good football game. Both teams have played real hard. And sometimes things like that happen.
Public announcer here at the stadium just said Golden West has beaten Porterville. So Golden West will come here to Lamonica Stadium next week in round 2 of the playoffs. Big upset, Barry. Porterville's
real big